Hi everyone, I am Huub Hildenbrand. Thanks for tuning into my channel, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we have lesson 2 of 3-note structures played harmonically on the fretboard. So we will discuss the remaining 4 categories, 4 families, building on lesson 1 we did. Okay, so let's get right into the endless ocean of music. As always, you find a PDF file down in the description below. There's a link to this file you can download and print it out. And we will discuss now these 4 remaining families, and I hope you understood lesson 1. Please leave your comments and questions down in this comment area, so to let me know whether there's something unclear or you have a special idea, or maybe you couldn't understand anything. Remember, these lessons are really structured into beginner, intermediate and advanced levels. So if you're really a beginner student, you will not really understand this, but this is quite okay and quite normal. And so in this case, please follow the beginner's lessons first. Okay, so I hope you understood the systematic of dropping notes to reach another family, another category. We always start with this close position triads, where all the notes are as close as possible together, and then we drop certain notes to reach another category of voicings. Besides drop 2, we can also have a drop 3 voicing. This would be the next family. So instead of dropping the second note, we have the third note. And remember, we always count from the top down. So this is the first, this is 2, and this is 3. So if we drop 3 down an octave, the G to G, we have a C major chord. In this case in second inversion, because the 5th is in the bass, in drop 3 voicing. So G, C, E. And remember, we also talked about the order that we have in lesson 1. We talked about all the possible orders of notes. And so in this case, we don't change the order of the close position triad. In this case, we have still G, C, E, G, C, E, but of course we insert an octave. That's all we did, but the order stays the same. Okay, so drop 3 voicings, they sound quite cool actually. We have the lowest in C major, we have E, G, C, then we have G, C, E, then we have C, E, G, then we have E, G, C, and G, C, E. And we can practice again, up and down, staying with the top note on the same string, in this case the B string. And we can do the whole thing with the top note high E string. So we have this. And also drops 3 voicing coming from this close position triad. C, E, G. We have C drop down to C there. So we have C, E, G, like that. And we have G, E, G, C. We have G, C, E, and C, E, G. So next thing we can do, we can drop two notes. We can drop the second and the third note. So from this chord, from this always closed position, try it. G, C, E. We drop the third and we drop the second. So G, C, and we leave the first, always we leave, we don't touch the top note. This technique comes actually from arranging, it's an arranging concept to use different drop forms, different categories, families you can say. And the top note is a melody, usually, and this melody should just remain intact. So don't change the melody, but under the melody, the chords, like if you arrange for more strings or for saxophones or brass or whatever, and you have three voices going, the top note is the melody and should remain as it is, but under the melody, the distances of the other notes, they can change. So that's the whole idea. So never drop one. You can say always drop the lower note, 2, 3, or 4 when you have 4-part 4-note structures. We will discuss this at a later lesson. Okay, we come back to drop 2 and 3. So we have G, C, E. And we go on. G, E, C, C, E, G. And G, E, G, C. And G, C, E. So these are these forms. And then the same top note on the E string, high E string. So we have okay, next we have a double drop 2. What does that mean? Double drop 2. Drop 2 means dropping the second note from top down 1 octave, and double drop means drop the note 2 octaves lower. So for example, if we have C, E, G, our top note is G and then the second note is E. This E we drop down 1 octave and another octave. So our open E string would be it. And so we have, instead of C, E, G, we remain this C, G. Play it here, it's easier. And we have the E, the double drop 2. So this voicing has quite a range. So there's only one possible voicing for every top note, you can say, on the guitar. So we have E, C, G, we have G, E, C, we have C, G, E, and we have E, C, G. Actually, these voicings are really not used so much. Mostly people stick to the drop 2 voicings. Of course, also closed position, and occasionally you find there are different spacings of these 3-note structures. But to really learn them systematically and to have really this concept how you name and how you can find these different other forms, this is not so often known to a lot of musicians actually. But it's a cool concept. Especially on the guitar, you can find all the different possible voicings for certain 3-note structures just by using this concept very systematically. Okay, so there's another form, and this form is double drop 2 and drop 3. So double drop 2 and drop 3. Let's take for that explanation, let's take the close position here. First inversion, E, G, C. Double drop 2 means the second note, the 2, is dropped 2 octaves lower. So the G is not played here, but here. And the third, the 3, drop 3, the E is dropped 1 octave lower. So instead of playing here, we play the E here. So it's this voicing, and I like these chords a lot. These double drop 2, drop 3 voicing. They are really very widely spaced on the fretboard and on the guitar, and also the top note really sings, really sticks out because it has no other notes around it. And very low, you have this kind of a part of a drop 2 voicing, you can say. G, E is like a part of this, actually, of G, E, C. So it's also not in close position, but it's also not very far away from each other, these two notes. So, but the top note is very distant from these lower 2 notes. So that's why this is a really beautiful sound. I like this. And we can play all these different voicings. Yeah, see? So E, C, G, G, E, C, C, G, E, and E, C, G. Different ways to play them, of course, like make arpeggiations. Do you say this? Arpeggiations of it? I don't know. Okay, so we discussed these 6 groups. We have close position, we have drop 2, we have drop 3, we have drop 2 and 3, we have double drop 2, and we have double drop 2 and drop 3. These are the 6 categories, and the cool thing is that almost all, not almost, I think all different possible 3-note structures are really playable with these 6 families, these different drop forms. Okay, now I also have to tell you another, how do you say, another a possibility to always group 3 of these 6 families together to one bigger family. Remember, we talked about the order of the notes. So we have C, E, G, we have C, G, E, we have E, G, C, E, C, G, G, C, E, and G, E, C. And with 3 of them, they derive from the close position, and these 3 other of them derive from the drop 2 voicings. So, if we have the order of the close position, these voicings belong to one family. So, for example, G, C, E. That's close position. That's the basis to reach out to 2 other families. One family is drop 3, so we drop down the lowest note. So the order of the note stays G, C, E, G, C, E, or we can think we take a drop 2 and 3 voicing. So instead of dropping just the 2, we also drop the 3. So we have G, C, E. But we can also think this voicing as a drop 1 up. So this voicing we can also think it's coming from this closed position triad, closed position form, G, C, E, and now we drop the first note up, the top note up. So again, from our closed position second inversion chord, we can say, let's play a closed position and drop 3, or drop 1 up. Yeah? G, C, E, G, C, E. Yeah, you understand what I'm doing? And if we take a closed position triad and we drop up the top note, the 1, then this is in our family of drop 2 and 3. So we come to the same we come to the same conclusion. If we drop down the 2 and the 3, it's the same as if we would drop up the 1, of course, from another voicing, another closed position voicing. I think this is quite clear. So we can just drop down the lowest note, or we can just drop up the highest note. And this way we reached 2 more families. So we have a bigger group now of 3 different families. We have closed position, we have drop 2, we have closed position, we have drop 3, and we have drop 2 and 3. Now the second big group, which comprises 3 different families, has the drop 2 voicing as a starting point. So drop 2, for example, would be this one, E, C, G. Yeah, coming from C, E, G. Drop 2 means we drop down the second note from top. I think by now you really know this. Okay, now we can drop down the 2, the E, the lowest note of a drop 2 voicing, we can drop down another octave. So we have a double drop 2 chord. We have the same order, E, C, G, E, C, G, as a drop 2 voicing, but we just drop down the lowest note. And the same as in the other big group, you can drop up the top note. So the top note is G, so E, C, E, C, G, or E, C, G. So E, C, G is the same order as E, C, G, or as E, C, G. So same order, same bigger group, you can say. And okay, and this drop up 1, the first note. So if we drop up the G, top note up, then this equals a double drop drop 2, drop 3 voicing. So this voicing actually comes from this chord, C, E, G, and we drop down the E, the second note, the second, 2 octaves, double drop 2, and we drop down 1 octave, the 3, drop 3. So double drop 3, double drop 2, drop 3, we reach this voicing. So we have double drop 2, drop 3, we have drop 2, and we have double drop 2. So these 6 families we can group together in 2 larger groups where the voicings really have the same order of notes but different spacings. I think that system of organizing all these different 3-note voicings harmonically on the fretboard is a very, very powerful thing where we can later do a lot of stuff with that, and we can really name also all these voicings. So if you have like any chord which 3 notes C, E, G stacked up in any possible way, we can name that voicing by looking for top note stays. So starting with a close position, try it. What notes, second and third, are dropped how many octaves down? That would be like the process how we reach the name of the voicing. Okay, if you like this lesson, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There will be a lesson uploaded every Friday. And also, you can support my channel by giving a donation. Down in the description you have the link to my website of this YouTube channel, guitar-academia.com. There you find a button where you can also donate and to support me with this whole process here of putting all these different topics into these YouTube videos. So thanks for watching. My name is Huub Hildenbrand.